Understanding human behavior gives you an advantage most people never realize. Much of what people say is filtered, controlled, and influenced by how they want to be seen. But beneath the surface, patterns repeat. When you begin to notice these patterns, you start to understand how people truly think and act. In this video, you'll learn 10 dark psychology truths about human behavior. Observe carefully, because once you recognize these patterns, you'll start seeing them everywhere. Before we begin, if you're interested in psychology, human behavior, and understanding people on a deeper level, consider subscribing to the channel. These videos are designed to help you observe patterns and think more clearly about how people behave. Now, let's begin. Truth number 1. People reveal their true character when they believe no one is watching. When people think they are being observed, they often adjust their behavior to appear better, kinder, or more impressive. But when they believe no one is paying attention, their natural habits take over. This is when real attitudes and patterns show. Private behavior often reveals more truth than public behavior. If you want to understand someone, pay attention to what they do when there is nothing to gain from being seen as impressive. Consistency in private moments reveals genuine character. Truth number 2. Silence makes people reveal more than questions do. Most people feel uncomfortable with silence. When conversations pause, many rush to fill the gap. In that moment, they often share more than they intended. Silence creates psychological pressure. Instead of constantly speaking, allowing quiet moments can encourage others to reveal thoughts, emotions, and information naturally. Listening without interruption often gives you more insight than speaking. Truth number 3. Confidence influences perception more than ability. People often assume that someone who appears confident is also capable and knowledgeable. Confidence changes how others interpret behavior. A calm and steady tone can make ideas sound more convincing, even when the content is simple. This does not mean ability is unimportant, but perception is strongly influenced by how something is presented. Those who remain composed tend to be seen as more trustworthy and competent. Truth number 4. Most decisions are driven by emotion, not logic. People often believe they make rational choices. However, emotions usually guide decisions first. Logic is then used afterward to justify the choice. Understanding emotional influence helps explain why people react strongly to tone, mood, and atmosphere. If you recognize emotional patterns, you begin to understand behavior more clearly. Truth number 5. People mirror the energy around them. Human beings naturally reflect the emotional tone of their environment. Calm behavior can make others feel calmer. Tension can spread quickly through a group. This mirroring happens subconsciously. Because of this, the energy you project often influences how others respond to you. Composure tends to create stability in interactions. If you're finding these insights useful, take a moment to like the video. It helps the channel reach more people who are interested in psychology and self-awareness. And if you want more content like this, consider subscribing so you don't miss future videos. Now, let's continue. Truth number 6. Scarcity increases perceived value. People tend to value what feels rare or limited. When something appears easily available, it often feels less important. When access feels limited, interest increases. This applies to time, attention, and opportunities. Perceived rarity can influence how much value people assign to something or someone. Truth number 7. Attention is a powerful form of influence. Where attention goes, importance follows. When people receive consistent attention, they often feel validated. When attention is withdrawn, interest can increase. This pattern appears in many interactions. Being aware of how attention affects behavior can help you understand reactions more clearly. Truth number 8. People tend to follow strong emotional presence. In group settings, individuals often look for someone who appears calm and certain. Strong presence does not require loudness. Often it is quiet confidence and composure that influences others most. People naturally gravitate toward those who appear stable and assured. Emotional steadiness can shape how others respond. Truth number 9. Repetition makes ideas feel believable. When people hear something repeated often, it begins to feel familiar. Familiarity can create a sense of truth, even if the idea started as unfamiliar. This is why repeated messages influence perception over time. The mind becomes comfortable with what it hears frequently. Consistency in messaging shapes belief. Truth number 10. Calm behavior often signals control and strength. In stressful situations, the person who remains calm often appears most in control. Emotional reactions can create the impression of instability. Composure suggests confidence and awareness. Remaining steady under pressure influences how others interpret the situation. Calm responses tend to shape outcomes more effectively than reactive ones. Understanding these patterns does not mean controlling others. It means becoming more aware of how human behavior works. When you observe carefully, you begin to see how reactions, emotions, and perceptions shape everyday interactions. Awareness allows you to respond more thoughtfully rather than react automatically. The more you observe, the more clearly you begin to understand people. And once you understand these patterns, you start seeing them everywhere. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about psychology and human behavior, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You can also like the video to support the content and help it reach more viewers. Thank you for watching, and take a moment to reflect on how often you notice these patterns in everyday life.